Welcome to another episode of Power Alphas. I'm one of your co-hosts, Sabby Piscitelli, and as always, you know my beautiful wife, Mandy Saccomanno. How you doing, beautiful? Actually, Mandy Piscitelli. I apologize.
Oh, he messed up.
I didn't mess up, but it's not officially on paper yet. But you know what I mean.
You know, paper.
You got to get on that, by the way, babe. What are we doing over here?
It's a little bit of a process, and it's hard to change your name when you're known by your name for a very long time. So,
but yeah,
we still can change it, but we can still know me for Mandy Sacs.
Yeah, you could do Amanda Piscitelli hyphen Saccomanno.
It's a long one. It's a long one.
A little long.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode. I'm doing well. How are you doing, babe?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be on this new platform, your new page. I'm just excited. What is February now? We're in the second month of 2025. Just excited to continue attacking the year and improving life. And the married life is great. What about you, babe? How you like your married life? Anything different?
It's so funny. A lot of people ask me that.
I know.
Like, oh, how's married life? And for me, it's really been the same. I mean, I can't really say that it's been any different. Just sometimes where it's like, oh, my husband instead of fiance, which I couldn't stand saying anyway. So I'm glad. I don't know why fiance is just always like weird.
It is
fiance.
Weird. It is weird. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan. It took me a couple weeks to always introduce you as my wife, though. It was like a little transition. But yeah, for some reason, I didn't like fiance as much either, though.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But no, everything's kind of the same. And, life's been great. We're blessed. I can't believe we're in February already. I just feel like these months be flying by.
I know, it is. And to be honest with you, it's a little warm right now in Florida for February. It's, I'd like, we only have like 3 or 4 months a year. We get these little cool fronts. And I know a couple weeks ago it was cool and people were complaining. I actually had a round of golf where it was so cold that I had like ski mitts on in between shots because my hands were getting cold. No, it was cold. It was like 40.
You had 45. Mittens on?
I had like mittens on in between my shots, but
anyone from New York, my family, would laugh at you right now, and they would want to punch you right now as well by saying it's a little too warm right now.
It was like
for
50
February.
though. 50 is cold to golf in. What you talking about?
Yeah, well then maybe you just can't golf those when it gets to 50.
Absolutely not.
People up north would definitely love to be in 50-degree weather right now. Like when they have, my dad said the other day when it was like 40 or something, maybe even 30. I don't even know. He's like, yeah, it's like spring break here because they've been getting hit with some pretty cold days.
I mean, it was 0 at our house a couple days, a couple weeks ago. It was like 0. Literally 0.
They've gotten way more snow than usual. The last couple of years, we haven't gotten much snow up there. So they definitely have gotten more snow. We see on our cameras in our New York home.
I heard there's one more big snowstorm coming.
You did?
Really?
I did.
Up north?
Yep.
Coming soon? Like
very soon, mid-February, I think.
Yeah, and then maybe that might be the last because March usually tends to start getting a little bit better. That's the thing. They complain a lot, which I get. I wouldn't want to be up there either. That's why I'm down here. But I feel like it doesn't go that long. Like just like our summers up there, it's like they don't last long. So I don't feel like
it's
because I love fall up there.
You gotta understand it. It's cold and gloomy from like end of November, December, January, February, and March, and then they say April's all the showers. But listen, we're blessed to live in Florida. Especially this time of year. I think in Florida this is the best time of year right now. December.
It is, yeah.
January, February, March. But up north it's pretty brutal. It is what it is.
Yeah. But summers up there are really nice.
Beautiful.
And not nice here.
No.
So anyway, last week was the Royal Rumble. And it was in Indianapolis. So some people came back from injuries, some surprises.
I didn't see Mandy Rose though. Where was the surprise?
I know, guys. Sorry. I was so busy eting
you were so
that
busy,
night.
I couldn't make it.
The videos that we took, I'm like eating with the big bowl in front of me. Sorry I didn't make it, guys. Just didn't work out.
So let me ask you my question though, for you first. What was your biggest surprise? What do you think your biggest surprise was when you were watching the female Rumble, really?
Female? I wasn't very surprised with pretty much anything in the in the women's Royal Rumble match. I said on a previous episode that I thought Charlotte Flair was going to be the winner, and she ended up being the winner. I will say the final two, I would have not suspected it to be Roxanne Perez, but I'm so happy it was because I love my little Roxanne, my good friend, and I'm super happy for her because she's amazing and so good at what she does. So it's really cool that it was someone from NXT that was the final. And she lasted like record timing, they said, because she was maybe third entry. I forgot which entrant she was, but she lasted to the very end, and she's just great. So was not surprised about Charlotte Flair. I thought Alexa Bliss returning was really cool. She had huge pop, which was really awesome. Nikki Bella, that was also she was number 30, which I was kind of expecting in a weird way, but that was a surprise. And I thought that they did a good job. I don't know. I thought the ending could have been a little bit longer and a little bit more like, oh my God, she's about to, like one of those. And I just felt like it was a little bit anticlimactic.
You think maybe time restraint there? You think time had to go home or what?
Well, with the Rumble, it shouldn't, from my experience with Rumbles, we get so much time that I feel like that could have been something. You might be right. But it was just, I don't know, maybe they just didn't want it like that, maybe because last year it was like that and whatever. But they usually have, the Rumbles are the most time for the women's and the men's Rumble match. So I thought some people had some really good showings. Jordan Grace that was cool to see. I think she's now going to be with WWE, I assume. And I thought it was pretty good. What about you, babe? Did you what was your biggest enjoyment watching the Royal Rumble?
Actually,
besides going to your bed, because you guys, someone fell asleep.
I fell asleep. It was okay, but I watched the next day. I watched the whole females Rumble. Then I kind of fell asleep. I actually didn't feel too good so we had a nice cigar outside, and I don't know, got a little buzz. I was just a little tired, so I went to sleep. But I watched, next day I watched everything. To be honest with you, my favorite part of the whole Royal Rumble was probably Bron Breakker's spear on KSI. Was it KSI? Who was it? Speed.
That was my gosh.
Dude. First of all,
looked like he killed him.
Yeah, Speed, I give you some props, man. I don't know you personally. I don't know really about you. I know you're like kind of a YouTube sensation and you do your thing, but man, way to take that hit, brother.
Yeah.
All power to you, man. That was a good hit. Bron Breakker's the real deal.
Crazy from every angle.
It was.
I like how they did it, though. I will say we've seen. I will say there was a lot of spears that night, including in every match, which is cool. But obviously Bron Breakker, I said to you because he played football, and Sabby obviously played in at the highest point. And I will say Bron's spear is one of the very few spears that really looks like you're on the football field. Like legit. And I think the guys say that like it feels legit. Yeah. A lot of times you pull when wrestling.
So it's funny. I have a little soft spot for that man. I think, I push for him. He's a tremendous athlete, comes from football, works hard. I think he's got such a bright future. And he was actually my last wrestling match.
Really?
Before I left with WWE. And he was about as green as a green marker. I mean, it was bad. I mean, he didn't even know. I actually remember I punched him and didn't even sell it. Like, he didn't even sell it. I actually was like, bro, what are you doing? He didn't know how. He was that green. But that being said, it's funny because the reason why I think he's so good at that, he comes from that football background, very physical kid, very athletically gifted kid. And it's kind of ironic because I remember when I first came in WWE, I wanted to kind of do a spear version of that. But I remember they wanted me to stay away from it because of Goldberg.
And
I like the Goldberg and Roman. Absolutely, and Roman. Don't get me wrong, Roman's is amazing too. That's why I'm kind of a little bit shocked that they let Braun really go with the spear because, Braun actually, another thing was one of the things I enjoyed was the little spot with him and Roman. And he got Roman. He got Roman a nice little spear, even though Roman eliminated him, which I thought was a pretty good, spot part in the Royal Rumble. But it was pretty cool to watch Braun spear Roman, which Roman, obviously we all know Roman's status in WWE. He's the king of the castle per se. So it was pretty cool to watch that.
That was cool. And I think to your point about the whole spear thing, I do remember specifically when we were both in the company of like, I feel like not being able to do certain moves was very much so way back. And I feel like now everyone kind of like, I don't know, I feel like there's a difference now. Like maybe there's this level of communication where it was said, where it's like, it doesn't matter. Everyone does things differently. So like, but I just feel like when I started to do my bicycle knee, I remember specifically Sarah Amato, she was the one that helped me with that, because she was like, I feel like you'd have a good bicycle knee. And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So, but in the beginning it was like, oh, well, let's ask a couple people. There was a few that did it, that it's okay to do. And I remember I think I went up to Seamus. I remember like a few people I went up to, or like I forgot what it was.
Yeah,
and it was like kind of like a level of respect to like, so I think now they're letting just people do more and more things, and everyone just does them differently, which I think is cool. It's sports entertainment, right?
You also gotta think there's only a certain amount of moves you can do that are really good, right? Like, you know, I know some people have some signature stuff, the stunner and the RKO and, you know, the rock bottom, but at the end of the day, it's like, those are common moves in a sense, right? Like, you know,
and you can kind of do it to...
The spear is a spear. Like, you know, Angelo Dawkins does a spear as well.
Yeah, well,
right?
Charlotte does the spear.
Charlotte does the spear. You know,
Sonia, but she does more of like a double leg. Hers is a little different, but
yeah, I mean, it's a very common. It's a common move. It's not like
such a common move.
It's, you know, but yeah, that I would have loved to actually master that as well, because I'm, you know, coming from being a former safety in the NFL, that's how you hit. You know, with the I would have been fun.
Well, your
to
drop
learn.
kick was still the best move that you ever did.
But you know, the spear would have been nice. It would have been nice.
So anyway, getting back to the men's Royal Rumble, Jey Uso was the winner for the men's Royal Rumble match, and I'm very happy for him, because that man has come a long way, and everyone said it. Even Big E said it on commentary after the show on the panel, and just basically seeing how far he's come. In the essence of like, you know, he wasn't always like the star when you think about it. He was in a tag team with his brother, obviously, Jimmy, and they were amazing tag team partners. But to see him come this far, and I mean, man, that man is over. Like, I don't know if I've seen someone over as much as he is in a very long time. You saw. I mean, he is over with the crowd to the point of like, I mean, I think his merch sales are like way up there. I've heard the Yeet thing has totally like gone viral in that world. And you know, kudos to him, because
absolutely,
I love stories like that. I love guys and girls that like, you know, really all of a sudden just out of nowhere and kind of did it on their own. It's not like they didn't have the company behind them backing them, whereas other people, they like to shove down people's throats, which
and
we
they
all
want
know.
to make a star,
Of course, but they didn't do that with him, and he did that on his own, which I think is amazing, and I've always liked, you know, the Usos. They're always great guys.
Yeah, both of them, honestly, I never had a privilege to wrestle with them. I never had a privilege to really work with them, but I saw them at the PC a lot, you know, when they had their injuries and they were rehabbing, and all my interactions with them, very humble, very nice guys.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. You know, it couldn't happen to a better person. Just humble, I feel like. And, you know, a guy's been in the business for, I don't want to quote this, but almost 20 years now, right? 15 years at least, right? 15 years?
I'm assuming.
Yeah, you're looking at, let's say minimum 15 years. So he's put his work in. He has his time due, and he's worked extremely hard. I mean, you're right. He even when he won, and I saw the whole crowd was doing his little dance. Even Pat McAfee was up there. And, you know, that's awesome to see, man, because like you said, we kind of like preach on this podcast, you know, the only thing that follows hard work is results. And I feel like now he's getting his major results of all the hard work he put in. And it's really fun to see that.
And it was cool to see it against John Cena being the final two in the you know, Royal Rumble, because I think a lot of people were probably assuming, oh, you know, John Cena's last Rumble match, he's got to win it. I think we said on the podcast that we thought, that he would win it, but that was cool. And, you know, I think John Cena is very selfless, which is great, and I think he would want that genuinely to be somebody else like Jey Uso instead of himself, which I think is cool. And, you know, it was really cool to see. But yeah, no, Rumble was good. Little topic before we go on to something else just related to wrestling. Damn, Twitter is so funny. Like, from that last episode that we did about Tiffany Stratton, like these haters out there. Did you see some of the
hating
stuff?
on you?
Sabby doesn't go on Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter.
They hating on me. First of all,
I don't have a Twitter.
Let's just make something clear. I never bashed Tiffany Stratton. I actually put her over another previous episode weeks before about how I think she's an amazing talent. I think she's definitely going places, and look at her. She's the champion within, she's only been up on the main roster probably less than 2 years. Like, I've always commended and like highly complimented her. So people were just going nuts, like, oh my God, you're just jealous, you're this, you're that, she's done more. And I'm like, guys, calm down, first of all. And I did it on one of my videos on Snapchat. If you're not following me on Snapchat, make sure you do. It's Mandy Sacs with 2 C's at the end. I post all day, every day. Sabby knows. I'm always posting Snapchat. But I love it. So yeah, anyway, I posted a video on there just talking about how, y'all gotta calm down and not take everything so serious. Like,
So literal?
It was like a little extreme, but kudos to Tiffany Stratton, okay? Because I think she's a incredible talent, and there's no hate, trust me. I'm at a point in my life where
You're blessed.
that is not where I go, trust me.
Listen, it's
No hate.
We've talked about this a lot in this podcast. People just need something to talk about. People need something negative to talk about. And I think that's what they love. They love the controversial part of it, and
which is great.
that's
it's
great,
fine
man.
if you want
Like
to take
I
it
said,
from the podcast.
one of my favorite quotes ever is, "You never hear anybody talking shit about you that's doing better than you." Right.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, it's like you take it with a grain of salt. You keep it moving. You laugh, and at the end of the day, it is what it is. You got to love the haters. I love the haters.
I've always had
enjoy
haters.
it all. I enjoy it all. It's fun. It's fun to listen to.
So funny.
But yeah,
funny.
I still think that you guys got some unfinished business one day to do.
Business.
A little business to do.
Little business.
But
Yeah,
it's
we'll
okay.
see.
We'll see one day.
We'll see, So anyway, we also had the Grammys last week.
First of all, can we talk about Kanye West's girl showing up naked? Wife. Is this his wife?
Did you see
It
that?
is his wife?
They got married,
Man,
right?
I didn't hear about
Bianca
this one.
Censori.
I'm talking about everything out. Boobs out, vagina out.
I was on Twitter and I saw a video. I'm like, oh, cool. Like, it was Kanye and she had a full fur coat on.
Full mink.
Full fur. And I was like, okay. She took it. And I was like, wait.
I know.
There's she's fully naked right now.
fully naked. Like, it was as sheer as can be. And you're on the red carpet, like on national television, though. Like, this isn't like some sort of platform that has, X-rated or whatever.
The Grammys.
The Grammys, like, kids are watching.
My favorite part was when he stepped back. He stepped back and he's like,
well, first of all, the posing thing was so weird because they definitely practiced that in like the room. He stepped back and he's like this, and then she's forward. And like a lot of people though did say, I don't know about you guys, if you actually look at her face, she looked like kind of mortified. Like, she didn't look like she wanted to do it. And I'm not saying he was forcing this, and I'm not making any allegations, but I mean, clearly they have some weird relationship, I'm sure, because I don't know what man would want his wife to be standing like that in front of all these people.
So you're naked in front of the world.
Right. And like,
for what?
I don't know. And then people were saying that they got escorted out, but I did see an article that they didn't get escorted out because people were saying that they got escorted out because Kanye wasn't invited, but he was invited. But apparently they just came to the red carpet and then they left. And then they were I got the tea, yeah. And then they were at the after party getting real crazy. They were like, there's a video of them getting real wacky. He's wacky though. I'm sorry. He is so wacky.
He's out there. I mean, he talked about he wanted to buy the Earth Flash a couple years ago on Joe Rogan or something like that. Like, I want to make enough money to buy Earth or whatever he said.
So weird.
But bro, like, I gotta be honest. Like, hold on. Like, did they give a shout out to like the dressmaker? Like, was it
right? Like, who made this?
Like, who made this fucking outfit? Because I mean, it was made out of dental floss. Like, what the fuck?
it was a stocking.
It was a stocking. Like, that's what pantyhose, which you put on your leg, but they stretched it. I guarantee it costs a lot of money too. I'd love to know what. Yeah, they always shout out. That's a good question.
The Getty image that you showed me, like, you could see like her private parts.
You could see.
I mean, hey, she looked good, but I don't want to see that on on television.
It was
when
almost
you're watching with your family.
It was almost
Yeah,
like so
exactly.
it was almost unattractive.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even if you were like
Yeah.
I don't think she's the hottest, but even if you were like the baddest girl in the world, that'd be unattractive to me. They'd be like, yo, what are you doing?
Well, because there's always the whole thing with every like hot woman or whatever it is. You always want to have a little bit of a surprise.
Exactly. You want to
Right?
have that
Like,
mysterious.
it's okay for
yeah.
some cleavage, and then you're not going to see the whole thing because it's like there's some mysterious, like, oh, I would like to know what she
like-
looks like. But when you give it up like that so much
I mean, to
on
be honest with
live
you,
TV, there's no surprise.
her boobs weren't that impressive.
She's got just big fake titties.
Yeah,
and
but,
she's little, and she's definitely had her little waist in and whatever, but no ass. But what are you going to do? I mean,
Sometimes, you know what, I hate to say this, sometimes a guy of that caliber, and I don't know much about her. What is her background? Is she
I don't know much about her either.
anything, actress,
I
anything?
I know after her,
me check.
him and
Yeah, what's her background? Because, you know, I look at
I think he does it for attention.
but that's one about the comment I'm about to make. I think I look at that as Kanye always trying to stay relevant somehow, and maybe he thinks he's fell off from his height of his musical career, or, you know, I feel like he's always seeking attention
Something,
in a sense
yeah.
of a comment he makes. And that's the devil, man. I'm telling you, that's a devil
Yeah.
inside you that, you know, they think they get so big in their industry. They think they walk on water. They think they're a god, and they're not. You know, we only
Right.
praise one God, and it's very clear in the Bible that there's only worship one God. And I just feel like that, to me, I look at that and I'm like, bro, you're thirsting for attention. Like, you know, your wife being naked on the red carpet is going to get you some sort of relevancy, right? It's going to get you some sort of a clickbait on the news. What do you? I mean, I don't understand that. Like, that's, to me, is like, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is some sort of attention thing, but I think something's just a little off with him as well.
You
I've always
think?
thought there was something off.
was
It's just very weird.
So this is kind of crazy, but on Wiki, you know, Wikipedia, you know, it's not always the best source, but is an Australian architect known for her relationship with Kanye West.
Australian architect. Interesting.
Which
I thought
is-
there was something weird when they first met her. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's not really. Yeah, I don't know. Again,
I don't think she was like a famous person.
Again,
though.
I just think, to me, that's a like attention seeker, right? That's like, everyone look at me. I need
Of
clickbait. I need to
course.
I need to feel validated. I need to feel
Especially
special.
that they just went to the red
so it's
carpet.
a little empty. Yeah, it's a little.
And they didn't stay. They just went to, like, that's a little interesting. Anyway, how about Beyonce winning the country artist award?
Keep seeing that
So
meme.
sad,
The
dude.
meme.
You keep seeing that?
I mean, she did have a few good country songs.
How
but
did
not-
she win a
no,
country over like? I mean, who'd she beat out? Like,
I didn't watch a lot of it. Did you see who she beat? Because I didn't see the nominees. To be honest, I saw a lot of the memes. 'cause
Morgan
I didn't-
Wallen.
I don't think he was.
Jelly Roll.
I think it was. I don't think it was them. I think Ben will pull it up, but I forget who it was. But yeah, I mean, there was a meme where her face, she was surprised. She was like, and then the other girl, I forgot her name. She was kind of like, you could tell a little pissed.
Well, you know what's so funny? You ever hear Eminem rap about the Grammys? I mean, he just rips it. There's a whole song about him ripping the Grammys. Like,
Really?
Like, you get all the celebrities there, you give it to some no-namer, you give it to some people that people never heard of, and it's like, he said he will never go to the Grammys again or something like that. He rips the whole song.
I'm shocked Taylor Swift didn't win any this year. That's shocking. She always wins
Does
a
she
ton.
care? She's like,
Yeah, so
was it?
she beat out Post Malone, Casey,
which is not a country artist either, but go ahead.
Casey Musgraves, Chris Staplin, and Lainey Wilson.
So Casey was the one where her face was like, she was not happy about it. That's the meme I saw. You know, I think a lot of pop, hip hop artists in that aspect have tried to go a little bit country this past year, and some were hits, right? Post Malone does a little bit, but it's like, I think, you know, it's not really their genre, but whatever.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
On a different note, though, I know it happened a couple weeks ago, but I need to hear even Ben's take on this. I mean, how does a helicopter and a plane collide into each other? A Black Hawk, which is the most sophisticated helicopter we have in the world, with a plane colliding. I watched the video over and over. Like, they had 30 seconds, 25 seconds to move. They were going right at each other. Like,
It does not make any sense.
Doesn't make
And
any
it's
sense.
so sad.
0 cents.
It's so sad to see all the victims.
It is really
Ugh.
sad. Prayers to all their
And, like,
families
the
and
ice skaters and like oh my God, the young girl that beat cancer. Little girl beat cancer when she was like, I don't know how old she was. And then it's just so terrible.
You know what the worst part? I don't know if they publish any of this, but like, it's sad that everyone died for sure. But, you know, like, they crashed into the freezing water. Like, I wonder if they drowned in the freezing water. Did they die on impact? Did they say? Did they think did it blow?
think they know.
Because I don't think the plane blew up. I don't think it blew up. I think it got hit like.
Looked like
it got hit, flipped, and it went into the water.
It almost looked like it did split, though. I don't know. It's very sad, and it's almost like hard to watch.
I hope nobody suffered, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
It's sad to watch
and
that.
how do you know, also?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. Like,
how do you know if they suffered or hit or died on impact? Or because I don't even know, like, have they found all the bodies? Oh, it's so sad.
Yeah, I mean, no one's survived.
Prayers go out to them, but it just boggles my mind. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
And you actually know how hard that is, by the way? Like, you know like how much space there is up there? Well, like two planes to collide?
It's no comparison to like the cars that we drive. Like it's
right.
it's atmosphere. You could literally,
There's so much space up there. Yeah.
But what's crazy is that I've seen the videos and I've seen that there's a release of the sound bites too. He actually says he has the plane in sight.
Yeah,
the guy says he has the plane in sight. So what happened?
I don't know. I think everyone's kind of like, has anything come out of it from like investigating? Has anyone? Because I haven't.
Whatever has, they're holding it close to their sleeves because that it might. I don't see.
I can't find.
I don't see how it's not intentional. Even watching the video, you watch the video, right? I mean, you see it coming for like 15 seconds.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, but
it's very
prayers,
sad.
man,
prayers
for the family, because that's really sad, and I really hate to see that.
That's so terrible.
I think there's a lot more. Oh,
no, you're good.
I was just gonna say about there's more like UFO sightings and stuff like that. Have you guys been seeing that?
Oh no, really?
No. Oh, I gotta send you some stuff.
Whatever happened to all the drones in Jersey that they said? Did they ever like get to the bottom of that?
No, right?
I don't think. See, those are things like why do those things just fall off?
Yeah, or no one talks about it anymore.
Why don't we talk about these things?
Because guys, they control what they want us to hear on CBS.
Well, media.
That's why I'll be honest with you, I don't watch the news ever. She'll watch the news sometimes in the morning on a coffee, and I'm like, why? It's like depressing. It's like, I don't know.
Well, they definitely control what we talk about and what we want to know.
Oh, for sure.
Enough information to leave you hanging.
The only thing I get all my stuff from social media now, which is
social media is
Instagram.
Just as bad though.
But it is. But I'm scrolling, like I'm not looking for or watching the news.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tragic. I pray for all the family. That's so sad.
Yeah, it's very sad. But another note, we've been watching on Netflix. I know we like to talk about some Netflix shows here. It takes a lot for me to be intrigued by something. He knows that I usually like grab my phone, whatever. But we have been watching the O.J. Simpson American Manhunt. Have you been watching that at all, Ben?
Have you seen it, Ben?
Oh, I have not.
Seen it? You got to watch it. It's a series. It's 4
We're
episodes.
not done. We're not done. So I can't.
We're only on the second.
We're just
it's
finished.
4, right?
We're about to start the third, I think, right?
Yeah, but it's short.
No, it's not. Each one's like an hour and something.
Meaning like it's only 4 episodes of the series, right? Anyway, very, very interesting. Kind of similar to what we were just talking about. Very, very weird things that went on, and about the biggest thing that we're taking home right now, and we're halfway through, is the fact that so much evidence wasn't taken to the trial.
Yeah, like so much things they found. And we'll figure out why.
Yeah, there's definitely reasons.
We can't speak on it yet because we're halfway through it. But boy,
it's about the O.J. Simpson trial?
It's the whole thing. There's 4 episodes. We're halfway through.
The death of Nicole Simpson. And
when you watch the first 2 episodes, it's like, bro, like it's like, I'm actually curious now how they spun it and said it wasn't him, because
really?
I mean it's almost like Stevie Wonder can see that he did it.
Yeah, it was
like,
so obvious.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy to see. And we're halfway through, so I'm really intrigued to finish watching it with my wife, obviously. But
well, the thing is too, like this happened early 90s, right? So 95. Right, and I was born in the 90s. I was born
you were
1990.
4 or 5 years old, yeah. So
I only heard about it as I got older, and I've only heard about whatever anyone told me or whatever Googled. So now that I see this going on, I'm like, oh, there's a lot of things I didn't know. Like I didn't know about the riots in LA. I didn't know about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so there's a lot of things that were going on at that time that I think were influenced in the situation. But we're very intrigued. So if you guys need a good Netflix series to go watch, American Manhunt with O.J. Simpson is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually
I
excited
love those
to finish.
kind of ones.
We'll talk about it next episode because we're gonna finish it by then, and I want to kind of go dive into it because it's very interesting.
It is. It really is. So. We have a few shout outs to kind of end the episode with. First one is some of this custom jewelry that I'm wearing and Sabby's wearing.
I like it.
We'll show you guys. I posted a little bit. It is the House of Sacred Flame. Rebecca Justice, who I've recently just met. She's the wife of David Justice, two-time Hall of Fame, MLB.
Yeah, hell of a career.
Yeah, really nice couple. But we met them at the Bahamas charity event that we did a couple of weeks ago, a month ago.
Yep.
We met them last time. We did it last year, but then this year we got close with them. We were hanging out for a while, watching the games, and really great couple. And she has this custom jewelry that I really love because it's good quality and it looks really good. Sabby has the bracelets, which they represent like healing and the onyx, and then also the healing and strength. I forget. There's a whole thing.
Yeah, they're quality.
She had sent
I
me.
like it.
Yeah, they look really good on you.
Yeah.
So we wanted to give a little shout out to House of Sacred Flame for the amazing custom jewelry. I have some other stuff too, and these hoop earrings that I love, which I really needed new hoop earrings. So thank you for that. Go check them out. houseofsacredflame.com. And we also want to give a shout out to our new water filtration system.
Love it.
It's called the New Aqua Platinum Series 5 stage. You don't need to know all these numbers after that. But we've had it for a little while, and we basically needed to hire someone to set it up because we couldn't do it. So we finally hired someone to set it up. And Sabby tested the water, all the different water that we have in our house. We have like a big cooler system that we get delivered. We had the Brita. We tested the regular water. And it came up as, tell them what it came up as.
It came up as by far the best water in our house. So I bought a nice water tester. It goes by ppms, and 0 to 50 is ideal. You know, obviously closer to 0 is the best you can get, but 0 to 50 is ideal, and then 50 to 100 is like comparatively ideal. It's okay. Just to give you guys an example, our faucet water in Florida was
which is not good water.
Not good water. It was like 127, 130, which is horrible, right? The hardness, all the metals, all the stuff, the chlorine in there is still high. The Brita we had, actually the Brita wasn't that good, but I think we had to change the filter.
Might need to be changed, the filter,
The other filter we had that we get the 5-gallon jugs, that one was okay. That one was like between 20 and 25, which
that's like Nestle water.
Yeah, Nestle water, Pure Life maybe.
Pure Life, whatever, yeah.
It was very solid, 25, but then the new filter we have was like 10.
Yeah,
10 ppm,
so now we love good water.
Yeah, I actually can't wait to test the Mountain Valley spring water we get from Whole Foods, but we're going to get that next.
Like that one, yeah.
But,
so yeah, big shout out to the new Aqua Platinum Series that we just hooked up, and I'll link it for you guys as well, because they have a nice system that you can buy, and it's so easy because it's connected to your faucet at your sink, so you don't even have to worry about it. And we're just Sabby and myself are just very much into non-toxic, the chemicals and the chlorine, like you said, and just even like I just ordered all these new pans because like I just get so nervous now. They say with like the pans, and the toxic, and you're eating off of it.
So scary.
And I know social media nowadays can get a little crazy with stuff, but if you can get rid of like the plastic and stuff, which I tried to. But
I got a story about that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I went up to see my family, and I look at my mom's pans, and I'm like, Mom, are you kidding me right now?
Probably 50 years old too.
I'm like, all these scrapes. She's like, yeah. I'm like, we threw them all out. Good. I was like, you gotta. Yeah,
I had one that was bad at like the scraping. We even said, we're like, I feel like this is going in our food. Like when you scrape it.
And it's crazy. You don't really think about it, but then you're like, wait.
You don't.
If you're heating something up, you had to put it on there.
Exactly. Melting, all that. Exactly. So, it's little by little. You can't make yourself go crazy, but if you can do, little things to help, you never know with the crazy studies that have been coming out.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something, I think the internet's getting a little crazy, but I also do think there's a lot of good knowledge out there. And like I said, I told you, as we finish this episode, I feel like we should always take a moment to kind of talk or speak on some quotes we heard or some quotes we see. Everybody in life is dealing with something you don't know. And I'm a big believer in that. I think we all have inner demons. We all have challenges. And it was a quote I heard the other day that really inspires me, and I kind of live by it. Remember, the quote says, if you don't change it, you chose it, right? And I think the message to that is, if you're unhappy about something, you don't like something in your life, don't be afraid to change it. Don't be afraid to be bold and make that change. And sometimes it's a scary change. Sometimes a change that you don't know what's on the other side of that door. But if you're not happy with something, you chose it. right? You're choosing it. So just kind of end this episode. I feel like we try to inspire, we try to help. I know I deal with things, you deal with things, and I think the message today that I love that saying: if you don't change it, you chose it. So remember that in everyday life. It's early 2025, and change is good.
Change is good. It may be scary at first, but change is always good, and at least you tried. You could always figure another way, but change is always good. So I like that, babe.
Yeah, and it's also, life's too short not to be fully happy, right? Life is too short to compromise something that is not compromisable when I think it's your happiness. If you're not truly happy in life, and some people say, oh, I'm too old to start over, it's too late, and it's never too late. It's never too late. So I hope that inspires somebody to make a change that they're not happy with, and good luck. And I'm excited. Like 2025, I think I'm always trying to improve myself. You're always trying to improve yourself every day, and that's a quote that I really love. And hopefully, it helps somebody listen to this podcast today.
Love it. Yes. Well, thank you guys for listening. We are uploading every other Wednesday now, so make sure you guys are subscribed to Mandy Sacs TV, because we recently merged the two YouTubes. So make sure you're subscribed to Mandy Sacs TV so you get all the notifications. And also make sure you send your questions in to poweralphaspodcast@gmail.com. And also ask your questions or comments in the comment section, because we read those and we'd love to share some of those on the next episode. So make sure you do that. And we appreciate all the love and support. So we'll see you guys next time.